What is NLP and how can NLP change your life forever? Watch this entire video to find out. When I was just 7 years old, I lost my mother. She died. And as a result of that, I was so traumatized by that event that I ended up with a major stuttering problem. Almost every sentence I spoke, I would stutter and I couldn't speak properly because I was stuck in a state of fear, which means that I couldn't speak properly. And to make things even worse, by the age of 16 years old, I was living on the streets. I had no money, and the only job I could get was working at a golf course, pushing a lawnmower for minimum wage because it did not require speaking. So by the time I reached 18, I felt I was stuck at the bottom of the success ladder, going nowhere with a very dark future. And my life didn't change until I was introduced to NLP. What happened is I was watching television. I saw this very confident man show up on TV, and he made the promise that he could change anyone within just 1 hour by using the power of NLP. And I thought, wow, is that really true? Because many psychologists and speech therapists, they all said the same thing. They said, Michael, you're never going to change. You're always going to have a stuttering problem. Now, I remember watching this confident man on television, and he said, change happens in an instant. It's the preparation for change that takes a long time. And I remember watching him and seeing a very long list of people who wanted to take a photo with him and they wanted to give him a hug. And that just kind of impacted me, and they all said, this guy changed my life. What really grabbed my attention though is when he says, and I can even help people with stuttering problem change in less than 1 hour. And I thought, wow, what if what he's saying is true? And he said, you can change anything in your life by using NLP. And I thought to myself, what is NLP? And in that moment he said, NLP is the owner's manual to the brain. You see, in the 1970s, two men went to find the top therapists in the world, those who had a reputation for seeing them one time and then your entire life would change. So they wanted to know, what does the world top therapists all have in common? So they videotaped them to find out what they had in common. And the result was the development of a technology called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which again is the owner's manual to the brain. Now, officially, the definition of NLP, it is a modeling technology that tells the difference between low performance and genius performance in the same field. In other words, why is it some people are not successful and some are very successful? NLP allows you to explain that in a very logical, step-by-step format. And so what you learn in NLP is, number one, the owner's manual to the brain. Number two, you learn how to communicate effectively and to influence people to say yes to you. And number three, how to create that rapid change, like fast change, like instant change. Like, how do you make that fast change? And why is it some people are not able to make change? NLP allows you to change people very, very fast. Well, long story short, I was able to use NLP to change my stuttering problem, and now I speak to thousands of people on the stage in front of seminars, and I do seminars all over the world. But I'm going to share with you 3 things you need to change your life. Number one, you have to believe that you can change, because whether you believe you can change or you believe you cannot change, you're right. So in NLP we say you have to believe you can change. Number two, you have to believe that you must change, because a lot of people would like to change their life, but it's more of a should for them. You have to turn your should into a must. Okay, does that make sense? And number three, you have to believe I must change now. Okay, not someday, now. Because a lot of us, we don't change our life because we keep saying, maybe someday in the future, or maybe tomorrow. But all change happens in an instant, in this moment now. Does that make sense? So NLP allows you to tap into that technology that allows you to change right now. So please share this video, because when you're sharing this video, you're not just sharing a video, but you're helping other people change their life. So share this video now.